What is up, jabronis? JJ back here with Joey working Holden. Talking a little MLB on July 4th. I know some of you get off for July 4th. However, we do not. So we're here talking a little baseball. The video would have started on time. However, Holden had to take a shit for about 5 minutes.
Oh, fuck you.
And then I was
Get out of here.
And then I was talking about future traditions with my significant other, and Joey got to hear about that, and I didn't even realize that was
What
happening.
was your future tradition? Not having sex because you're going to get married soon?
I'm like Tim Tebow. I'm still a virgin. So we didn't agree on
something on your camera there, buddy. Why don't you wipe it off? Is it from last night?
We didn't.
Clorox?
It could be. We didn't agree on anything yet, but the conversation has been tabled. So I'll keep.
About getting married?
No, about future traditions.
All right. Again, your stuff is dripping over your camera. So let's get into baseball today. There you go. There you go. Joey Work, a New Yorker or a Jerseyite, rocking the Patriots hat today. How did you come up with that one? It's a sexy hat, but it's a little surprising.
I mean, first off, I have every different team's hat except for the Red Sox because they play in the same division as us. You know, the Patriots are in the AFC. The New York Giants are in the NFC. So I could give two fucks about the Patriots. And it matches the colors for Team USA and the July 4th holiday.
Yeah.
I know you don't know about matching and it's all good. I also did win this. When the Patriots were down against the Falcons, I bet them at halftime and won a lot of money. So I'm going to keep this hat.
Yeah, but what about the times the Giants beat them? Weren't you happy to hate them?
Yeah, the Giants beat the fuck out of them. So why would I hate the Patriots?
I like a wonderful question.
I like explosive Joey. I mean, this is a good start.
Every time I'm on, he ramps it up a little bit. He gets aggressive. Then we'll DM and everything will be fine. He just gets aggressive, you know. And
you're coming right at me with the question to start. I mean, why were you a Mets fan and no longer a Mets fan? Like, we could go on for days about you.
Because I got to know people in the business and I don't like teams anymore. And then I started betting everything and then I don't like teams anymore. So fuck them.
Yeah. Okay.
Good morning. Ryan, Nebraska, we actually started about a minute earlier, so you did not shoot a firework up your ass. Be kind to yourself, your own ass, and all animals' asses tonight, too. Please don't mess with the animals. That's not good. They're already scared enough. Let's get into this.
Holden protecting the animals wasn't a direction I thought we'd go on this show within, the first 2 minutes.
People are mean to animals.
Here we are.
On 4th of July, and it's no bueno, amigo. It's no bueno. So be nice tonight.
Yeah, Adam said you're taking credit for my energy. I know, right, Adam?
You took credit for your energy.
He said you're trying to take credit for my energy.
Well, I mean, there is something to it. It obviously gets you a little extra juiced up. You come on and start yelling and making all these points.
I come on yelling no matter what, if you're here or not. By myself, I'm yelling.
No, you don't.
Right. That's right.
Oh, JJ, you do think he comes in with the energy even if I'm not on?
I think he's a good mix of passive aggressive.
That's what it is.
It's a good, it's a good mix. You just never know what version of Joey you're going to get from minute to minute. Yeah. And I think that's what makes it great.
Yeah. Do not be passive aggressive though. There's nothing more beta than that is what I will say. Okay. Yeah. Joey, since you're so thrilled to be here with us this morning, why don't you start the betting action for us? Let's go. Hot takes, Joey Work. Brewers, Pirates. Pirates plus 170, 179 for the Brewers. 7.5 is the total. Just crap this game. Just throw it away.
Yeah, I mean, the Brewers are hot. I don't want to really step in front of it. They won 11 games in a row. Arguably their best starter on the hill today. He has pitched at least 6 innings in all of 3 of his 15 starts. So, and then he's only allowed more than 2 runs in 2 of those 15. So he has had some problems with walks lately, but his strikeout numbers have actually gone up since they limited this sticky stuff. But this Brewers team, in this stretch, they beat some bad teams. They beat the Cubs, the Rockies, the D-backs, and the Pirates. So you got to take it definitely with a grain of salt. The Cubs haven't scored more than 2 runs in God knows how long. And the Brewers are pretty bad versus lefties. Bottom 10 in runs scored and last in batting average versus lefties. So with the line, I really want no part of the Brewers.
JJ.
Very small lean in favor of the under. I liked it more at 8, but I like it not nearly as much at 7.5. So that's why I didn't bet it. Now it did move once these lineups came out, and I do believe that it's justified the move. The Brewers have a very degraded lineup today with quite a black hole at the bottom. And I say that primarily because lefties just can't do anything against Tyler Anderson, believe it or not. And that's why the Brewers only have one lefty. But they started platooning a bunch of righties who are, especially towards the bottom of this lineup, who are very below average. And look, the Pirates just are not hitting. And they're not hitting, and they draw a very good pitcher from the NL here in Peralta. So I do like a very slight lean under at 7.5. Much stronger of a lean, maybe even of a play for me penning the VIG. It would have been at 8. So maybe if you get an early run or two, maybe a 3-run bomb or something in the first or second inning from either team, yeah, I mean, a live spot under would make a lot of sense.
Either one of you guys ever bet on the hot dog eating contest? Is this a thing?
I think I bet on it like 5 or 6 years ago when Kobayashi used to be a part of it. But since Chestnut's been there and he's been like the only alpha, you're just kind of betting on him to eat a certain amount of hot dogs versus, winning or losing with anybody.
Yeah, I might have bet my dog over it, but that's about it.
What? You bet a dog over it?
Yeah, bet my dog. Me and my dog, I said if he ate over this, you get a treat. If not, I get the treat.
Is that supposed to be a joke?
Yep. I'm not betting on the fucking hot dog.
And you see Holden. You see Joey. This is why Holden gets the shit he does. I mean, he says he puts you in. He makes conversations awkward. And I mean, why?
Why was that awkward? He's talking about a dog. There's nothing awkward about that.
Hi, Joseph. Just confirming. Was that supposed to be a joke?
It was a legitimate question. If it happened to be awkward, it happened to be awkward. I don't know. It could be his dog, one of his buddies.
Chestnut is like minus 300, I think. I don't know what it is.
I didn't even look at it.
But I know they have some promo where if he eats over 75 hot dogs, like I'm good on that. You could have fun losing your money over there.
How much weed do you have to eat or to smoke before you get into a hot dog eating contest to try and win it? Seriously.
A lot. Personally, a lot. But I'm sure Chestnut does it without the sticky stuff.
That's right, 2-2-T boys. It was a bad joke. 100% with me. Joey Work, let's go right back at you. You can totally redeem yourself. Phillies plus 116, Padres minus 124. Total here is 9. It's not the hottest day in the world in Philadelphia, but do want to get your take on this. Joey Works, pitching matchup, Blake Snell, Vince Velasquez, fly balls. We get some runs today?
Yeah, I expect runs. I know Blake Snell, a couple of weeks ago, you probably would have been all up his ass, but now you gave him the thumbs down or whatever. But he has pitched. I can't trust him definitely the way he's pitched this year. He's allowing a lot of runs, a lot of hard contact. He hasn't put together 2 good starts in a row since early May. He gets a Phillies team top 10 in runs scored, average and on-base percentage versus lefties. Uncle Vince on the hill for the Phillies. Although he does have good numbers versus Padres team, it is in a small sample size. And, after starting the year off great, he has slowly come back to reality. Past his last start versus the lowly Marlins, he had a stretch of 5 starts, only going 5 innings in one of them. He's allowed 19 runs in his last 20 innings during those 5 starts. And we know how bad this Phillies bullpen is. I mean, I think they've blown like 23 leads this year, the most in baseball, and they were historically bad last year. So I definitely truly expect both teams to score, so the lean is the over.
So would you go with a team total too, maybe with one of the teams, or just the game? Throw the game?
No, I think we should go to get JJ's thoughts on this one.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph.
Is that a joke?
I actually bet this game over 9. However, this is only a half unit play for me, and I know it's kind of like, stop being a pussy and make it full. But I'm actually going to have a lot of plays today. There's a lot of plays that I like. So whenever I have days like this, I typically like to split up the unit size, just to not have too much overexposure. But yes, I really like this over 9, minus 115 FanDuel. And it's for a few reasons. So first of all, Vince Velasquez would really have to find lightning in a bottle to have back-to-back good starts with how he's pitched all year. And now he plays the Padres, who, yes, haven't exactly been hitting that well during this stretch, but Vince Velasquez is that type of pitcher that should be able to wake this team up. He walks a ton of guys, gives up home runs. And look, Blake Snell's in the same scenario. Blake Snell is one of the worst pitchers in the road in all of MLB. His ERA is up post 10 on the road. And he just walks too many guys. Same thing with Velasquez. Walks too many guys, gives up home runs. Both teams are starting near opening day lineups here, and even despite it being an early game on a Sunday. I just think you have a lot of value there. I know there hasn't been a lot of runs in this series. But, when you take bullpens into consideration, along with 2 starters who normally don't eat innings, I really like this over 9.
I was leaning toward that. JJ, push me over. Let's do it. Let's go get that money. Rays and Blue Jay. Oh, before we do that, JJ, you need to tell people that they need to start subscribing to get all the real picks Monday through Sunday. So please, what do we have going on right now at Run Pure Bets?
Yeah, so runpurebets.com. You can, if you're already a DFS member and you watch these shows and you're not on the bet side, I believe the code's get bets to get a free month of that.
Correct.
So, definitely do that. And if you're just somebody who wants to try the bets end out, bets 25 off, gets you 25% off just the bets end of things. Again, it'll be about $15 a week. So give it a shot. We have the second week of Wimbledon coming up this week. Running into a bit of a dry spell the last few days, but normally that's a good thing because normally I bounce right back out of it. So hopefully this will be a better week for Wimbledon for me. And then, of course, we have all the content labeled all week long: baseball, NBA playoffs, and then the golf stuff as well. So all around content in all sports. Then Jay holds it down in NASCAR and a big UFC week coming up as well next weekend. So yeah, head over to runpurebets.com to see what we're all about.
Yeah, and with all ball busting aside, I have been very profitable tailing these two gentlemen, and they post the picks. You got to be a subscriber though to get all of them. We had a really good Sunday last week. I'm planning on having on a really good Sunday this week, but
that's right. We didn't even talk a 6-0 Sunday from this crew. I mean, I went 3-0, Joey went 2-0, and sad to say Holden went 1-0 as well.
Here's the key. Definitely the weakest link. We had no idea if we're going to get there. Once I hit it though, I knew that we were golden. And this week we'll try to go for 12-0. It'll be awesome. Hi, Tyler. What's up, buddy? How you doing, pal? Give me a NBA bet. Oh, that's the other thing. The NBA, like the playoffs, Tyler's been rolling. Spread has been rolling. Keg, I went on the live show with Keg last night, gave a winner in baseball. I mean, the shows themselves for the subscribers pay off for it too. So
yeah, somebody posted in a Discord they had, because Tyler liked the Suns, Spread liked the Bucks. Somebody picked a future of those two teams versus each other in the finals plus 3,000. He posted it in the Discord.
Ooh, here we go.
Look at that. I love it. I love to see it, man. The boys are doing great. Rays Blue Jays next game today. Got Robbie Ray against the Rays. Did you see what I did there, Joey? That was almost as good as your dog joke. Rays plus 159, Blue Jays minus 164. Ryan Yarbrough on the hill for Tampa. 9.5 is the total, Joey. I don't like anything about this game besides for the Blue Jays bats, but I can't bet the team total over. What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, the Rays have been so bad as of recent, and the books continue to make them like favorites or slight dogs. They literally have won 4 of their last 16 games. Their bullpen is so overrated, in my opinion. Okay, their numbers on paper are all right, but oh man, it is not easy to trust them at all. And for one thing we definitely know is how bad the Rays are versus lefties. Bottom 5 or 10 in all major categories. Robbie Ray has been phenomenal all year, his best year in, some time. He's pitched against his Tampa Bay team on May 22nd, 7 innings, 5 hit ball, only allowed a solo homer. And back on April 24th, 6 innings, 3 earned. I'm thinking Yarborough's going. Yarborough, Rich Hill, it doesn't matter. The Rock voice. I mean, like both these guys, Yarborough does not scare me. Rich Hill doesn't scare me. Both of them had, drop-offs in their spin rate since the lockdown, and it's shown. So I'm back in the Blue Jays here. I'm all over the Blue Jays. I think they're the better team of the two. I was on them yesterday, money line, and today I'm going to go with them first 5, take the bullpens out of it, first 5, lay the half via BetMGM minus 120.
Jay Jizzle. What do you got here, buddy?
I like it. I will say this. I haven't bet too many Blue Jays games or Rays games outside of Shane McClanahan pitching for the Rays and just a few targetable spots for the Jays, but I do like Joey's take.
Okay. Move on to the next game then. We don't got to worry about that too much. If you like Joey's take, go bet it. Cubs and Reds. Cubs. Ooh, you could actually get them at plus money at DraftKings now. Yeah, just about everywhere. Plus 104, plus 105. Don't take the minus 105 anywhere. Reds. Minus 112 on points bet. JJ just got done doing the DFS side. Once again, the small park, Great American Small Park. Everybody's on the over there. Want to get your take on this game because Kyle Hendricks has been pitching better for the Cubs on one side of things. And then you look at the Reds, it's Wade Miley. At least the surface numbers are pretty good. What do you have here?
Yeah, so I'll tell you this. I thought yesterday, and I said this in the live show, that if after the first 5 the game was tied or the Cubs were leading by a run, I would definitely look to get in on the Cubs money line because the Reds bullpen, not only are they dealing with injuries, they were completely taxed from the previous 2 or 3 games. However, the Cubs have lost 7 games in a row coming into yesterday and continued to find a way to lose that game despite all these juicy relievers coming in. Today, the Cincy bullpen is basically of full health. They can come back in as they normally would with a small lead. The Cubs bullpen is also at full health. So it kind of deters me away from the over, and I can't bet the Cubs in their current state anymore. Again, I bet them once yesterday live. They just don't seem like they want to win games right now. Now, granted, they get their big dude on the mound today in Hendricks, who's been really good for them this year, or at least better than everybody else they've had for them this year. But again, they're just not playing confident baseball, and I think it's a little bit melted into the line. So overall, I have this game kind of fair, right down the middle at 110. I know that in that case, yeah, I'd have some slight value on the Cubs, but they're just not a team I want to back right now.
Joey Work.
Yeah, I mean, we're in Great American Small Park, but they scored 2-1 game 1, 3-2 game 2. I mean, the Cubs can't score for shit. Their last 19 games, they scored over 2 runs 4 times. That means 15 of their last 19 games, they haven't scored more than 2 runs. I mean, if you want to bet a team like that, good luck. I want no part of it. With that said, I don't trust Wade Miley either. Although he has pitched, pretty good this year, has good BVP versus Cubs team. His advanced numbers are worse than the surface. He doesn't have an overpowering fastball. I mean, I'm off this game. Lean would be the Reds.
What angered you the most about this game for you to come out so strongly against
the Cubs? Suck. And I mean, they can't score for shit. I don't care if they're playing in Great American Small Park. They're playing in freaking the backyard baseball park. I don't care.
You want to give them a finger here? Just flip off the Cubs for Joey.
I don't care. Well, I don't need to give him a finger.
No, I was talking about JJ.
Oh,
was that supposed to be a joke? Hold on.
Yeah, give him a double finger.
4-1 for me. Yeah, put me on the board.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Yeah, he's getting you back. Over your head? Jeez.
He's getting me back. White Sox Tigers. Let's go. White Sox minus 173 on points bet. They've scored 7 or more runs in their last 6 games. They're going bananas. They got a lighter lineup today, but still up and down. Even Zach Collins is crushing. Jake Berger, Tigers plus 160. I could see the Tigers getting a few runs today. I like the White Sox side more. The total here is 9. Laid it out in the Discord. I love what I'm seeing out of the White Sox offense. We got really nice hitting weather, and they're taking on Manning today. So everything kind of comes together for me. I don't love the 5.5. I don't like the hook. At least we could push it 5. But points bet had White Sox 5 runs minus 105. That'll be my best bet of the day, JJ. Joey Work, what do you got from White Sox Tigers?
I mean, Matt Manning sucks, but
it was like I thought I was going to start talking, and then
he's like,
JJ,
you know what, Joey?
What is your take on the game?
So Matt Manning sucks, but Gio has somewhat struggled since they limited the sticky stuff as well. He had the least amount of strikeouts in his last start. He only had 1 strikeout, 6 innings versus the Twins. But this will be also the 4th time this Tigers team has seen him this year. 147 total at bats. He has a 4.11 FIP versus them, giving up a 354 slugging percentage. But again, Matt Manning sucks. Gave up 9 earned runs in 3 2/3 last time out versus Cleveland. 13 earned runs in 14 total innings, which is his first year in the bigs. With all that said, I'm only really interested in the over here. Maybe even Tigers team total over 3.5 plus 100. But ultimately, I'm off this game.
So you would lean toward the whole game over then?
Correct.
Okay. JJ.
So I'll give a little bit of a different perspective here. This is a massive number for this park. I'm currently seeing 9.5. I always say this, like teams like the Tigers, who are below average hitting teams compared to the rest of the league, it is very difficult to bet team totals or enjoy team totals for them when the totals are about 4.5. And the White Sox at 5 would mean you'll need 6 runs from them today, which again, for this park is relatively high. And you look at this White Sox lineup up and down, and they've been hitting, but it's like, there is black holes throughout this lineup. Same thing similar to the Tigers as well towards the bottom today. I definitely think there's going to be runs in this game. I just think that the total's probably about fair. So it'll be an off spot for me personally.
Very good. So you will not be tailing these picks. Wise moves. But I'm still feeling very confident about my shot.
I hope it hits for you.
Yeah, we're all rooting for you.
Hilarious, Holden. Nice one. And then he comes back, not, which I taught my 3-year-old son to say psych. So he went up to his mother yesterday when she was picking him up, and he goes, "Mommy, I love you." Not. And it was just, actually he said psych. And it was just, it made me feel so good. B-Rad Malibu. What's up, fellas? And Holden. Are you trying to say that I have a vagina? Because that is incorrect.
No, he's trying to say because he's here every week watching us doing the solo videos, and then you pop on once a week. So he's saying hello to the everyday people, and then hello to the guy that comes on once a week.
Yeah.
Why don't you deep throat a hot dog and get back to me, Joey Work? Astros Indians will be the next game that we get to. The Astros minus 144. They got a watered down lineup today. Indians plus 133. 9.5 is the total. Let me go find this here with Greinke and Quantrill. So they're going Altuve, Straw, Gurriel, Correa, and then Jason Castro, Chas McCormick, Abraham Toro, Taylor Jones, and Robel Garcia. I mean, if you don't follow baseball really, really closely, I have a hard time thinking you know who two of the last four batters are in that lineup. Joey Work, nice to see you. JJ, it's your turn to go with the Astros and the Indians. Just wanted to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, so this will be another best bet for me for a half unit. Excuse me, the agita. Under 9 runs. This actually would not have been a spot I originally would have targeted. But the good part with doing these shows on Sundays, especially at 12 o'clock, is we get lineups early. You have 2 severely broken down lineups from both these teams. And it's not like these 2 teams are like blistering the ball in this series either. I think Greinke has a good start here. And Quantrill, his numbers are very poor from a surface level, but they're not as bad when you dig deeper into them. And then you look at who he's going to see at the bottom of this lineup. I mean, Castro, McCormick, Toro, Jones, Garcia, as Holden said. I mean, I'm sure people know Castro because he's been around the league quite a bit. But see, some of these other guys, I mean, you can't exactly, unless you are a true passionate fan of either of those 4 individuals, you most likely don't know much about them. And Miles Straw hitting second as well. I mean, that dude's trash as well.
I mean, listen, it is. They are trash. But then you see guys like Toro just step up, hit home runs, these one-off guys. But I'm telling you right now, minus 115, under 9.5.
What, you get 1 home run?
Where'd you get
1 homer? Like,
where'd you get 9? Where'd you get 9.5? I would see a 9 this morning.
I just bet it under.
Wow, 9.5. That's a good number. So for me, the total play from this game, because this is what I actually bet. Under 9 runs. I got that at DK at plus 102. So or FanDuel 102. One of them.
Okay. You can now get it at minus 115, under 9.5 on BetMGM. That's the only place where they have it. Kind of like PointsBet with my bet. Only place they got it. BetMGM moved the line a little bit. So
so that's the spot I like. And I do think Greinke throws well against this Cleveland lineup, who also, mind you, is quite degraded. I know that they get Franmil Reyes back, but Reyes has much more pop versus lefties. This team does also does not have Jose Ramirez, and they got Bobby Bradley hitting 5th. This is just another watered down lineup. Look, could this game go over? Of course it could. But I think it'll take some random players to have some days today for it to do so. So yes, I really like the under 9, but again, half unit.
Hey, that's not nice, B-Rad Malibu. I do not have a vagina. I already stated that. Joey Work, what's up?
What's up?
You want to talk about anything?
No, I agree with JJ here. Both lineups are depleted. Lean would be the under.
Okay. We got the Marlins and the Braves today. The Marlins got a good little starter on the mound coming off an 11 strikeout game. Don't know if you guys believe in him or not, but Zach Thompson, problem is going to Atlanta. I was looking at this big. I'm fading it. 8.5 is the total. Braves minus 173 money line. That's stupid. Marlins plus 159 at PointsBet if you want to get on it, Joey Work. Anything here or full fade?
Yeah, I'm not really interested in this game either. Marlins offense, obviously they're out of their home park, but their offense does not scare me at all. Charlie Morton has slowly pitched better. Again, but Atlanta's offense is somewhat staggering as well. They have passed their 5 hitter. It's gets kind of dicey down there, but I guess the lean would be Atlanta first 5, but no official play.
No official play. Okay, JJ, no official play.
Yeah, nothing for me either. I am a Morton guy. However, this dude consistently finds ways to give up runs. So yeah, it's going to be a stay away spot for me.
No, I don't know if anyone has anything on the Mets and the Yankees. The Yankees suck. The Mets are due for a collapse. Mets plus 169, Yankees minus 177. It's a 7-inning game. 6 is the total. Joey Work, you're the Yankee backer. Just fade it.
We're going to go to JJ for this one. Thank you, Holden.
Yeah, so another best bet here from me. Thank you, Holden, for saying we probably didn't have anything like it.
You shouldn't have anything on this.
I bet the Yankees first 5 here, laying the half run. I got a minus 115 bet MGM. I actually have this good all the way up to 130. No, 135 actually. So depending on whatever price you're getting, I'm more than fine with. I know the Yankees are a tough team to back these days, but I look at their lineup today, and it's filled with a bunch of right-handed bats. And look, Garrett Cole can navigate through any lineup in baseball. And I look at the lineup here from the Mets, and like I said yesterday, I know that there's some people that would argue that the Mets moving to the American League for a few games does them some favors because they can start Dominic Smith and Pete Alonso, who both kind of play first base. However, overall, Marcus Stroman, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I am not a Stroman guy. Stroman has some severe reverse splits as well. Really struggles with right-handed bats. And what did the Yankees do today? Stacked up right-handed bats against him. I think overall, the Yankees need to lead this game 1-0 after 5. I'm getting Cole at a decent price and against a pitcher that I find to be not nearly as good as the market feels he is. So overall, really like the spot. Yankees first 5. I know a tough team to trust, especially in a shortened game, but I like the lineup they put out here against Stroman, and I like the odds all the way up to 135.
Yeah, I hope they smack Stroman personally. Yeah. He did block me on Twitter.
What'd you say to him?
I forgot. I think he said like only real fans in New York are Mets fans, which is a bunch of horse shit. But I personally have been on this kick where I've been watching these doubleheaders, and if the first team loses, I'll go back to them the second game. So for any reason the Yankees do lose this game, I am very interested in Nestor Cortez in game 2. He is the starter, and he has really good stuff. So I would be somewhat interested in them, but I'm gonna, ride the Yankees with JJ as well.
Okay. We're halfway through the show, so let's get another promo for the Run Pure Bet side. What are you laughing about? We got to get these.
One of the John Challa in the comments said he blocked me too, and I'm a Mets fan.
Oh, did he? A lot of these guys, a lot of athletes are very sensitive. Kevin Durant, obviously. Marcus Stroman's one of them. A lot of them. JJ, what's going on the bet side right now? What kind of winners are we giving out today in this week? Baseball, NBA Finals?
So tonight will be, I believe, an NBA games tonight, right? Or do I have it wrong? Is it tomorrow? Either way, there'll be more NBA over the next few days, and then I'm going to try to do a spread show tomorrow for Wimbledon, or maybe we'll do it tonight for Monday, because I know Wimbledon's off today, but they'll be resuming tomorrow. And then look, all week as always, same thing for us. Just head over to runpurebets.com. Our content, I write a few articles a week. We also get a few articles on the site as well for those that like those in-depth breakdowns. And I didn't talk on this on the last time a few moments ago, but the Discord too as well. I think it's very fruitful for anybody who likes to understand perspective, and you can always ask us questions, and we're very responsive. You just tag us, and we typically get back to you within 5 to 10 minutes at the latest. So again, all that kind of included, and then some. Head over to runpurebets.com. Code GETBETS if you're already on the DFS end. If you're not, bets 25 off, 25% off. It'll be either 15 for the week or 45 for the month. Again, super cost effective. You get all sports. If you're somebody who's already paying an individual or individuals for only 1 or 2 sports, you get every sport with us, including soccer as well. So yeah, again, check us out, runpurebets.com, and maybe all our favors.
You also get cool stories from Joey Work about how he got a chance to hang out with the Todd father.
The Todd father, that was awesome, man. I was literally, he came and played with he came and played with my brother's baseball team. He's just trying to get ready for the Olympics. He said he's trying to keep his legs underneath him and play a couple games. So he played against them, and he saw that their team was really good. So they were bullshitting, and they asked him to play. So he came and played on Monday in his hometown of Toms River. He hit a nice little bomb. He crushed the ball. Otherwise, he walked and popped up. But he played third base the whole game, and actually the catcher made out. The catcher's batting behind him. He made out. He was supposed to go and run for him. He's like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." And we're like, "All right, no problem." But then he actually shouted out the Howell Indians on MLB Network yesterday.
Yeah,
said, I've been hanging out, trying to play as many games, appreciate them, and he was class act.
Awesome.
Taking photos with everybody,
Who hasn't seen his dick without a mirror in years. He's sitting here ripping an American hero, the Todd father. Todd Frazier, one of the nicest guys ever in baseball.
Literally.
This guy hates him. What kind of a miserable person do you have to be to hate Todd Frazier? American hero, Todd Frazier.
Literally, the dude, he was leaving by himself, and some guy comes up to him, is like, "Hey man, can you take a picture?" But he just doesn't even care. Takes a photo with every single little kid there, signed autographs, and I mean, I know I would have been like, "Get me the fuck out of here!" Personally.
Total sweetheart.
Yeah,
total sweetheart. All right, just like you, Joey Work. Next game, Twins Royals. Plus 135 for the Royals. No Donaldson today. He tweeted something last night. Minus 138 for the Twins on the money line. Total here is 10.5, Joey. Twins Royals. Anything? You like a little offense here?
I would I guess it would be the offense. I don't like what I've seen from Kenta Maeda this year. Don't get me wrong, Brad Keller has been really bad all year as well. But these teams are, I think much more even than people think. Obviously, their records show there's only 2-game difference, but I guess the lean was towards the Twins team total over, but I don't know if I could back that right now. Just looking at their lineup, it is somewhat depleted. Nick Gordon, Larinax batting second. So I'm just going to leave this one alone. I do expect runs, though.
All right, JJ.
Strongest lean of the video that I will not bet, under 10 runs. I said yesterday that for this park, 10 runs is just an absolute massive total for this park in Kansas City. I know it's going to be a little warm. And the reason why I won't bet it is because I do fear – problem with the Twins specifically, and whenever you bet unders that involve them, is like they're an inning or two away from 2-3 run homers, which just absolutely makes it awful to have unders no matter what total the number you have is. And yes, it's a little bit of a depleted lineup, but they still have enough pop to scare you against a guy like Keller, who's definitely prone to home runs. And then look, Maeda's been good, but not great. He draws the Royals here, who haven't really been hitting all that well either. They did kind of come out of their shell a bit yesterday and the day before, but prior to that, they haven't been. Overall, again, this is a big total for this park. Strong lean under, but I will not fire because I am a little afraid of the Twins' firepower here.
Any thoughts on a couple of lefties from the Twins that could do some damage against Keller? You're just off. I don't even bother. I'm not going to bother asking you. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Joey?
I went first, but thanks for bringing it back to me.
No problem, pal. You got it. This is what I'm here for. Not listening and bad picks. This is why you love me.
You gotta like Kepler though. Holden, if you're playing DFS, I'd figure he'd be in the juicy spot of all. I know he's hitting 6, but I think that from a tournament strategy. Is that what you were asking? Lefties?
Yeah, I kind of like. I like Larnach too, but yeah, Kepler's in a good spot.
Hitting 6 is going to deter a lot of people off him in DFS. I don't know if you're entering tournaments, but if you're entering tournaments,
yeah,
I'll definitely prefer Kepler.
Okay, very good. Cardinals, Rockies. Hey, by the way, on the DFS side, if you guys haven't checked it out, I know this is just the bet side, but just the bet side. This is the bet side. But the DFS side right now, RPS Heater 25. Joey was in a $777 contest. You cashed in that too, didn't you, buddy?
I did. I got $1,500 back.
Woo! There you go.
You doubled up.
Go, Joseph.
I was in first place for like an hour and a half, winning $100,000. Yeah, until about 10:30. Yeah, until about 10:30, and then the late game started to catch up to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to read this comment from Airwado. There's a dude wearing a knee brace during the hot dog eating contest. Could you imagine?
He's probably like the big heifer that's like 400 pounds. That's funny, though.
The J. Joey on DK. I can't get -0.5 versus 5 J's. Do you like leader?
That's the same exact bet, leader after 5. But if you can shop around, BetMGM has a better number. But yes, that's the same exact bet, the J.
And that's something Joey brings up a good point. If you're in legal markets where you have options like BetMGM, FanDuel, and DraftKings, if you like laying the first, like a lot of people like laying a half run first 5, BetMGM is almost always going to have a better price than DraftKings will for that bet. So just something to keep in mind. You're always going to pay like an extra 15 or 20 cent tax. You also are going to pay an extra 15 or 20 cent tax on team totals. But look, DraftKings has valuable options because for the most part, you can get player props at better pricing than most spots at DraftKings. But again, that's why you leverage multiple books. Like for instance, if you're going to take a half run, FanDuel often has the best numbers for that versus laying the half run. So again, just kind of some things you realize when you shop multiple markets, because over time, yes, it becomes a needle in your bankroll. That's
okay. I like it.
That's
a wonderful explanation. Thank you very much. Cardinals, Rockies. So people keep betting the overs here, and they keep coming in under. It's great to hear. I love it. Love seeing it. -156 Rockies, +132 Cardinals. Totals 11.5. JJ, is this the day that we finally get an over in Coors Field, though? It's going to be hot as hell here. It's going to be low 90s. It's hot. You like it?
It is tough to bet an over at this park when teams aren't hitting coming in. However, I think this is a complete overreaction on this line. I think There is some slight value for the Cardinals here as a dog money line. I want to be clear, I don't like Carlos Martinez at all, and I'm more of a Marquez guy. But again, you kind of have to remove biases when you're betting. To me, the Rockies win a low scoring game yesterday, and I think that's kind of pushed people's perceptions a bit on this Cardinals team for the wrong reasons. I know Martinez has been bad, but at least he's not a left-hander. You throw a righty at the Rockies. I know that they're home, but this team, their biggest pop in the lineup comes from the right side. All things considered, I think there's pending the lineup. I don't know the lineup's out yet. As long as the Cardinals have, and I'm looking at their lineup. I mean, pretty good lineup from them today. I mean, for me, there is some good value on the Cards as a dog today at 145. I think
Marquez has just been so good, even at home, man.
But I think that's what I'm kind of getting at. The market that's kind of melted in there, and that's why you're getting in a normal circumstance. This game's played a month ago. I feel very confident this game would be closer to a pick'em.
Okay,
but that's why I think there's value.
I think Joey likes this game a lot. Would that be accurate, Joey?
Yeah. So if you go back and check the Cardinals' record in June, they beat two teams in series, and it was the Pirates and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Those are the only two teams they won a series against in all of June, and obviously this is the first series in July. So they're going for trying to get a split here, but you wouldn't know these two teams are playing in Coors. 5-2 game one. It was 3-3 going into extras in game two. 0-0 through 5 last night. It ends in 3-2 game. I mean, can't even say they face dominating pitchers. Chichi Gonzalez, Antonio Senzatella, Adam Wainwright, Wade LeBlanc. I mean, both teams are clearly struggling at the plate. Now, arguably, Rocky's best starter versus the Cardinals' worst. Carlos Martinez pitched really good his last start versus the Diamondbacks, but past that, he's been terrible. Gives up runs in bunches, enters his matchup with almost 7 ERA. No favors with this game being in Coors. And I definitely have a favor towards the Rockies offense. They've been really good at home. Herman Marquez, dude, has pitched better since they limited the sticky stuff. Last 2 starts, he's allowed 1 total run, 23 innings. And in 8 starts, he's allowed more than 1 run only 1 time, his last 8. So 5 of those were at Coors, so he's pitched really good at home too. I want no part of this Rockies bullpen as they've blown leads 2 of the 3 games here. So give me the Rockies first 5, lay the half run via BetMGM minus 105.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Orioles Angels on tap. Hot game out in Orange County. JJ's been on something here, and I absolutely love the Orioles offense. Love the Angels offense these last few days too. Both of these teams putting up runs. Terrific lineup in Baltimore, just way underrated. You can double your money on the Orioles on the money line, plus 200, Angels minus 220. Why would you bother? But the total here is 10. JJ, team totals. Any interest there?
Yeah, favorite bet of the day. Right back to the Orioles team total over 3.5. I know that yesterday, they definitely, if you watch the game, they definitely didn't look nearly as good as they did the previous day. But look, credit to Alex Cobb, a guy who struggles with right-handed bats, a reverse splits guy, walks a lot of guys. He did pretty well. He didn't really have himself in too many jams either. Obviously didn't give up a home run. Just a really good start from him. But however, for me, the Orioles, believe it or not, are a top 5 team against left-handed pitching in all of baseball. As long as they're starting a normal lineup today, which we don't have yet, but as long as they're not sitting an egregious amount of their right-handed bats, I think they really get to Sandoval here and at least put him into trouble. Sandoval's another guy that struggles with right-handed bats. He's good versus lefties. He does come from the left side. Overall, though, I think that it's a good bounce back spot for the O's here and them to score runs. However, again, I don't really love the money line. I just think this team's pitching is abysmal. For them to win games, they basically need 5 or 6 runs. And will they get it? They could today, but they're likely to give up more runs again to the Angels here. So overall, just prefer the O's over their team total. Even yesterday against Cobb, though he pitched well, there was a lot of hard hit balls, specifically at third base. If those are a little more to the right, there's a bunch of extra base hits yesterday. So again, I think they find some more gaps today, and 3.5 is a very soft number.
What if the O's lineup comes out and you hate it and you already placed the bet? What's the plan?
I think you can hedge off. I think that's the tricky part with Sundays and why I like the fact that we do the show at 12 o'clock because you for the most part get most of your lineups prior. But again, for your games that are at 3 or 4 o'clock, there's likely that you're not going to get some of those lineups. I think that at worst, you're probably going to get 1 or 2 guys that sit from the O's. I can't imagine they're just going to sit everybody because they're already dealing with injuries as it is. So I think overall, you could hedge off because that's the thing. The market doesn't adjust all that much to bad lineups, especially when it's from a bad team to begin with. You'll see the market adjust to a good team sitting a few guys, but you rarely ever see it adjusting from a bad team sitting a few guys. So yes, if there are a few guys out, I think you'll have full ability to hedge off the bet and only cost you the 10 cents you made on the bet.
Wonderful. Joey Works. Anything you would like to say, or just say great bet, JJ? Let's go win money.
Great bet, JJ. Let's go win money.
So our next game to get to would be the Red Sox and the A's. Even money for the Red Sox on that money line. Slight favorites for the A's, minus 108. The total here is 9 today. So let's look at this, Joey Work. Before I actually get some pitching and everything else that goes into this game, do you have any interest in it?
I mean, like, this series has been awesome from a viewer perspective. I watched both games, and both teams split wins via extra innings. Both these teams are good, really good. I'm pretty high on the Red Sox personally. And the Red Sox gunned down 2 guys in the last 2 games at home. In last night, bottom 10, winning run. Martinez gunned him out from left. Night before, tying run, bottom 10, center fielder Kike Hernandez threw him out at home to win the game. I mean, with that said, both teams' pens are quite taxed. The Red Sox used 8 different pitchers yesterday, while Oakland used 4 yesterday and 5, or 4 2 days ago and 5 yesterday. Dykman, Romo, Trevino, and Wendelken pitched back-to-back nights for Oakland. So I definitely think Boston has the advantage once it goes to the pen. Starting pitching matchup, somewhat of a toss-up. I think James Kaplanian, however the fuck you say his name, he's the better of the 2.
Brilliant.
But again, he's young. This is his first year in the bigs. He could have some nervousness going against a good offense in Boston. So, I mean, I have a strong lean towards the Red Sox, but ultimately I am off this game.
Okay. Thank you for getting that to me. It's Pavetto Caprillion. What do you think, JJ?
Yeah, so I said this last week or the last few weeks. The Red Sox are a team I am not betting until I see them begin to regress. Yesterday might have been a sign of things to come, though, for this team, because in a negative fashion, this team has won a lot of close games with an underrated bullpen. Yesterday, it was the bullpen that let this team down late multiple times. They had a lead in this game multiple times late, and even more than one run at times, and still gave the game up. So again, could this be a sign of things to come for this team in this bullpen as they regress towards the mean? Maybe. But until then, I'm not betting any Red Sox games. This has been a team I've gotten wrong all season. So
I probably shouldn't even.
To be fair enough, they were up by 2, bottom 11, and Matt Andres came in, and that dude is, Holden Kushner up there.
Yeah. They were up 4-2 in the 7th as well, though, Joey.
Yeah. What's his name gave up a homer? Some other scrub. Yaxel Rios. His ERA's in the 7s.
Good analysis. Thanks. Rangers, Mariners. Fulte. We got a little Fulte on the mound today. Can I interest you in the Mariners? Probably not. Rangers plus 127. M's minus 138. You're getting 8.5 as your total in that ballpark. Chris Flexen against Mike Fultonavich. Joey Work, what do you got on this one? Anything?
A slight lean towards Texas. I was on Texas yesterday personally, and it was nice. They were on a nice dog spot, and here they are again in a nice dog spot. I'm not really high on Chris Flexen, and the Mariners' bats just continue to disappear at times. I think, if this game is low scoring through 5, I would like to bet the over after 5, find a live spot and hit the over. But it's just a slight lean towards Texas. Otherwise, I'll probably be off this game.
All right, JJ.
I'm slightly with Joey as well, just in a bit of a different direction. I do lean the over at 9 runs. These are 2 teams that have been hitting, and it's not like there's these aces on the mound. Flexen had a good start to the year, but he's kind of been very Jekyll and Hyde with his starts. And the Rangers are hitting. They definitely have enough lefties to give him a hard time, especially if he gives up a home run ball or 2. Very slight lean over the number at 9.
Okay. We got one more game to get to, but a serious question for both of you. What type of food is on tap today? What are you guys eating? There's no hot dogs, right? Don't eat hot dogs.
Yeah. Who's not eating hot dogs on the 4th of July?
The lips and assholes.
Yeah, you're not American if you don't do that.
What, if you eat hot dogs, you're not. If you don't eat hot dogs, you're not American. Fuck hot dogs.
On 4th of July, yeah.
Disgusting.
It's a hot dog eating contest. You're not going to watch the hot dog eating contest. Hot dogs?
It's contrived bullshit. I don't care about people eating lips and assholes. JJ, what's on the? What do you got? Pasta?
Consider myself borderline indifferent to hot dogs, but actually that's a good thing because I don't really eat much pork at all. I'm not a pork guy. I just don't really enjoy much pork.
And pigs are smart too.
However, I do eat hot dogs occasionally, chili or all the way. It's the only way to eat a hot dog. You can't be eating it like plain or like a ballpark Frank with nothing on it. If you're going to eat a hot dog, eat it all the way. I'll have a nice spread today with a few different options, but I will likely consume at least one hot dog. We'll set the total at 1.5 hot dogs for me to consume throughout the day.
Is there a Porta-John near where you'll be eating said hot dog? Because I listened to the problems you have colonically, and it seems like a chili dog would probably wreck you.
So believe it or not, hot dogs usually aren't an issue for me. Milk and Mexican food are usually big problems for me.
Yeah, that's the problem. He drinks his milk with a side of coffee. That's why he has to go to the bathroom all the time.
Yeah, look at us.
Look at it. There it is.
I'll tell you what, I've been fighting some movements again on this show, but we're here.
We're
here.
Peter at Malibu. He's coming with the fire at me today, and I got to respect it. I'm going to be honest. I got to respect it. It was a good one. It was a really good one. Giants, Diamondbacks. What do we got here on the Giants, Diamondbacks, JJ? Is this more appealing than a chili dog, or would you like to shit this one out? D. Sclavani, Caleb Smith, the pitching matchup. I like this pitching matchup. I wish you wouldn't shake your head side to side because that's as good of an intro as this game deserves. Minus 173 to the Giants, plus 159 to the Diamondbacks are so bad, man. 9 is the total. Decent pitching matchup. Should I jump back on board with the Giants team total or just listen to JJ? Let's find out.
Yeah, no bet from me here. Again, I mean, you have to be like, on an awful lot of drugs these days to have any confidence betting the Diamondbacks. This team just does not want to win baseball games. Even when they hit, they lose. So, like I said, I know that the Giants have had egregious pricing in this entire series, so it is tough to kind of lay that with the team on the road. But I'd argue in certain scenarios, it's not nearly enough, and this is a left-hander going at this Giants lineup. Again, it is important to know what these lineups are because at the tail game of these series, teams tend to bench a lot of guys. But overall, look, the Diamondbacks will win a game or two, of course, but I don't want any part of this team, and you're paying a ton of extra tax when you bet against them. So overall, it's just an off spot for me.
Joey Work.
Yeah, I agree. I'm off this game as well. Slightly lean towards the Giants, but obviously they're good versus lefties, but their numbers are not crazy good versus lefties. And Caleb Smith has pitched pretty good as of late. Again, the Diamondbacks, once it gets to the Diamondbacks pen, they just seem to blow every game as they did last night. The Giants had multiple opportunities to score from the 6th inning on, and obviously they eventually got the job done. But slightly lean towards the Giants, but I'm off this one.
And this would be a spot that I wouldn't mind. I mean, Caleb Smith back in his Marlins days used to be my boy, a.k.a. Big Cock Caleb. The dude's got an absolute rope. And, the problem is he's regressed a bit over the last few years. But, yeah, I like the kid. I think he's a really good pitcher.
Is Kobayashi still in these contests with the hot dogs?
I don't think so.
I think he retired a few years ago.
Ever since he went to jail, I think he stopped.
What did he go to jail for?
I forget exactly what it was.
Oh, boy. I got a few ideas, but I won't say them because we're at the end of the show. And I'll let you just go on with life. JJ, one more time, little plug for the site.
Yeah, check us out, runpurebets.com. You can get all of our content in all sports. Again, if you're already on the DFS end, get bets for a free month of the bet stuff with the DFS or best 25 off, 25% off. We will be around all week. I'm going to have probably a video with spread either tonight or tomorrow for Wimbledon, and then I'll be back with a baseball video as well for Tuesday. Joe will have you covered Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll be back for Friday with a video. And again, NBA content all throughout the week as well when the finals games are actually being played. Golf content, NASCAR, UFC with the big week at the end of next week as well. So yeah, busy week for us upcoming. And look, NFL is right around the corner along with college football. So looking forward to all of it.
Do you want to hop on Saturday with us on Joey's UFC show? We'll have Lisa Ann on when we get some.
If you want me to, I won't be able to provide any insight at all.
Me neither. I don't know anything about you, but we're going to have her on for like 10 minutes at the top of the show. So why don't we just come on and talk to her and say hi?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I'll put my kids in the other room and that'll be that. And then I'll hop off too. I'm not going to stick around with Joey. We'll do 10-minute show. We'll let Joey finish his show and that's it.
I'm in.
Sound good? Did you watch Nail and Palin yet, Joey?
What?
Did you watch Nail and Palin yet?
No.
You should.
Okay.
Take it as a bit of research. That's all I can say. Yeah, hit the like button. Thank you, B-Rad. Yes, I am a good sport. I don't care. It's all good. Don't be mean to animals tonight. Be nice to animals. That's all I could say.
I like this new like PETA version of Holden. Like I'm
I worked for dog rescues and stuff for a lot of my life, man. I love animals. I'm a big animal fan. I think people suck ass, but I love animals. Don't go overboard on hurting people tonight either.
I had a Pomeranian for a few years. Those are the most alpha dogs that exist.
Well, you have a Pomeranian?
I had a Pomeranian for a few years.
What's wrong with you? Why would you have a Pomeranian?
Well, my buddy was leaving to Florida. He had nothing else to do with the dog. He didn't want to give him away to somebody he didn't know. So I watched the dog for a few years, and then ultimately I gave it away to a family that had a bunch of Pomeranians. So it all worked itself out.
Pomeranian down the chain.
It all worked itself out.
Honestly, little dogs suck, but be nice to them too.
The scariest thing was when he escaped out of the front door and just shot up the block. Which, it took 3 or 4 of us to catch him because the dog, and thank God he ran into another dog, and that was really how we were able to catch him.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Good joke. You want to get us out of here?
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yes. Enjoy the 4th of July. Enjoy the extended weekend. Hopefully all of you, or at least most of you, have off tomorrow. But yes, have yourself a few drinks for 4th of July, barbecue, eat some hot dogs. Am I right, Holden? Enjoy yourselves. Gamble responsibly if you are, but spend some time with friends and family today above all else. Stay safe, everybody. Gamble responsibly. And we will be back next Sunday. See you then.